Hey, what's up you guys? It is Silver Sun here, and today I'm going to be giving you guys my review on the final episode of Dragon Ball Super, episode 131. Alright, so this episode kicks off with Frieza and 17 pretty much having to save Goku, who's pretty much down and out after using Ultra Instinct for way too long. So pretty much Frieza takes it upon himself to go in and just fight down Jiren, and pretty much he's actually doing a pretty good job. Him and 17, they're pretty much combating this guy. They all had some pretty cool moments. Pretty much 17 and Frieza were like coordinating their attacks. There was one point where 17 pretty much snuck up behind Jiren, and he pretty much did the same blast he did before. That big blast they used, and it pretty much broke Jiren's I'm not gonna say armor, like his suit. He pretty much did the same blast, and Jiren was like, no, it's not gonna work this time. And then 17 was like, same here, and pretty much he formed a barrier around them, and he pretty much blew him up inside of there. But that pretty much left him almost incapacitated. He was pretty much like on the floor at that moment, pretty much worn out from what he just did. So that's when Frieza pretty much comes in and steps up and tries to take on Jiren, and he actually does a pretty good job of it. He pretty much puts Jiren to his knees, and he's pretty much about to eliminate him until, or probably kill him, I don't even know. But Toppo is pretty much talking to Jiren, and he's pretty much saying like, oh, you spent this whole time, not wanting to be friends with anybody, just focusing on your own strength, but I believe in your strength. He's pretty much calling out for him, pretty much putting his faith into Jiren, and that pretty much gets Jiren to, spark back up and pretty much power up even more, and he powers up so much to where Frieza gets blown back. 17 has to stand up, and they have to start pushing back his energy, but it proves to be too much. The barrier that 17 put around them kind of starts shattering, and then pretty much they don't have enough power to do it, and pretty much Goku's struggling to get back up as well, trying to help him, and he actually does. He comes in, and he pretty much joins in, and he's pretty much pushing the energy back along with them, and him and Frieza are pretty much talking about like, oh, don't forget your promise you made to me, you're gonna resurrect me, right? And Goku's like, yeah, but don't forget your promise you made to me and stuff. And they're pretty much just talking while 17's pretty much like saying, are you guys done yet? Let's get this over with. And pretty much they go in, push the energy back, and basically they form a plan to where Goku and Frieza are pretty much getting Jiren's attention, pretty much going in on him, while 17 just hands back and pretty much fires some blaster. It's just used for backup basically. And so pretty much Goku and Frieza go in on Jiren. Really good fight scenes here, even if it was short-lived. It was really well animated and real good storyboards and whatnot. They're pretty much knocking Jiren around. They pretty much throw him all the way to the pillar, the countdown pillar, which I thought fell off, or at least was going to fall off in the, what was it, the previous episode or whatever. Yeah, but it's still there, and they pretty much knock him into that, and he's pretty much angry at this point, Jiren, and so he's trying his hardest, but Goku and Frieza are just going in on him, doing all sorts of team attacks, while 17's pretty much shooting blasts at him from afar, and so pretty much they're fighting with all their might, so much so that Goku and Frieza pretty much fly into Jiren, and they're pretty much pushing him back together, which was pretty cool to see Goku and Frieza, working together, because I don't think we saw that this whole tournament, or at least the two of them like specifically working together, which was pretty cool to see. Goku powers up into a Super Saiyan, and it was pretty cool. It was flashing like he was a Super Saiyan 1 second, and then he was in his base form another, but in the end he pretty much transformed into a Super Saiyan. They knock Jiren off, Goku and Frieza do, and that leaves only 17 in the arena. So yeah, we pretty much have our winner there. Goku, Frieza get teleported to the stand, so does Jiren, and pretty much from there Universe 11 gets erased, and Goku's pretty much talking to Jiren, saying like, I hope to see you again someday and stuff like that, you were really strong and whatnot. And yeah, I don't know, like it was kind of emotional, but like it just didn't like feel that strong, I guess, because up until then Jiren's kind of been like a bit of a bitch, to be honest. Like you didn't like they didn't take the time to formulate his character much, and like everything he's done up until that point, or at least until like he started fighting Goku like one-on-one and stuff like that with Ultra Instinct, I don't know, he just like he just neglected everything. Like And I'm still kind of mad about what he did in that last episode. I think, yeah, last episode where he like fired the shot at Universe 7 and stuff like that. He was gonna try to freaking blast them. I mean, it probably wouldn't have hit either way, even if Goku didn't block it. Like, it probably had a force field around it, or maybe one of the angels could have blocked it. Who knows? But still, that was kind of a dick move in my opinion. And I don't know. I just can't get over that. But pretty much, Universe 11 gets erased, and so pretty much it's up to 17 to make the wish from Super Shenron, from the Super Dragon Balls, and pretty much 17 actually makes a pretty noble wish in saying that he wants all the universes to be resurrected. Who would have thought, couldn't have seen this coming from a mile away. I'm trying to be sarcastic here, but I don't like. I mean, I guess it's a bit of a surprise, especially coming from 17, because he came into this tournament saying like, "Oh, I just want a cruiser, to take my family on. Nothing major, nothing special." But then here he is, resurrecting all the universes and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. The MVP of this whole tournament, he literally stuck through till the end. Pretty much, I thought it was pretty cool to see him get that wish. And in the end, he did get his cruiser, which I thought was pretty cool. I mean, it really like if he was gonna wish for that cruiser on the Super Dragon Balls, that would have been the biggest letdown, like the biggest anime letdown of like 2018 or something. But yeah, pretty much wishes for all the universes to get resurrected. They all come back. Everybody pretty much gets a happy ending. Even Frieza. Like Goku was gonna make the wish with the Super Dragon Balls to resurrect him, or was it the regular Dragon Balls? I don't know. He was gonna use one. He was gonna wish him back, but Whis pretty much steps in. While everybody's all happy and stuff like that, all the universes got resurrected, um, and pretty much he resurrects Frieza himself, pretty much saying that Beerus told him to do so, and so yeah, pretty much Frieza's resurrected, causing havoc, doing whatever. In the end, we actually see him reunite with his Frieza Force, and he's pretty much in space, just doing what he does best. As well as we see Goku and Vegeta, in Super Saiyan Blue fighting each other and whatnot. And I know this is probably going to lead to some controversy or some discussion or whatever, but pretty much they were fighting and Vegeta was like, "Oh, aren't you going to go Ultra Instinct anymore?" And Goku's like, "I can't, that was when I was in the tournament and I was pushed to my limit." Now, I don't know, like, when I hear that, I feel like he's not saying, like, he'll never ever do that form again or, uh, go into that technique again. He just has to be pushed to his limits. I feel like some people might be, taking that out of context or whatever, but I feel like he's gonna go back into Ultra Instinct when he needs it the most. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, it's just a happy ending from there on out. After they eliminate Jiren, it's pretty much a happy ending. Everybody gets resurrected. Everybody's happy. Everybody's, excited, smiling and whatnot. Everyone gets resurrected except for Zamasu, man. That's some messed up stuff in my opinion. But in any case, I thought it was an alright episode. Like, it was good, it was fun, it was nice, it was great, but some really good storyboarding too, actually. I liked all the angles and perspective and whatnot, and the animation was pretty good. But as far as the final episode goes, I just feel like it didn't quite hit all the boxes or hit all the notes that it needed to make it seem like a series finale, because like going back to like other shows that I've reviewed, like, well, obviously Gravity Falls and stuff like that, and maybe even a few movies and stuff. Like, I just feel like if you're gonna have like a series finale, it needs to be like a series finale. It needs to be something big. It needs to be something grand. But this, it just kind of felt like like, what would you call it? Like a regular episode, just with like a little bit more fancy touches to it, I guess you could say. It didn't really feel like a final kind of ending in the same way that what was it, GT's ending with Goku flying off and stuff like that, and having the end credits and stuff like that. It didn't really feel like that. It just felt kind of like they won the tournament, everything goes back to normal, everything's nice and dandy and stuff like that. It still leaves room for more stuff down the line, especially since all the universes got resurrected. We can go visit those sometime down the line, and I'm pretty sure that's what they're going with. So in a sense, it's somewhat of a cliffhanger, because they didn't answer all the questions that needed to be answered and stuff like that. They still didn't explore everything that could have been explored throughout this whole series and stuff, like with all the different universes and whatnot. But this series definitely had its ups and downs, in terms of animation quality, in terms of story and everything like that. But for what it's worth, it was really cool to see Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball Super, come back on television screens, or at least streaming sites or whatever. Like, at least that's the way I was able to watch it. Um, we still have the dub, so that's pretty cool to see. This saga one more time, at least in English and whatnot. It should be pretty cool to see all the different voices, especially with the Universal Tournament. Having all those warriors would be interesting to see how they sound in English. But um, as far as the series as a whole goes, I pretty much enjoyed it. It was pretty good. Um, yeah, there were a bit of filler episodes here and there and stuff like that. Not everybody might like that, but I feel like those filler episodes is what made this series like that much enjoyable. Like Goku and Krillin going off to that island or whatever, and they fought like all the previous villains and whatnot. Yeah, they didn't really need that, and yeah, they probably didn't need that whole Potafu arc with like Goku fighting clone Vegeta and stuff like that, and all the extra little stuff in between and stuff like that. But still, like, it's nice to see them differentiate and like go off and do extra stuff. I like that kind of stuff in the show when like, um, like when it's like how would I explain it? Like it's like, say for example, you have like a comedy show or whatever, and all they really do is comedy and stuff like that. It mixes it up by having them like, instead of doing a comedy thing, maybe they do like a horror kind of episode. Something that scares the viewers or whatever, or some other genre for like at least one episode or something like that. When they differentiate and like spin off a little bit from the usual formula, I like those kind of filler episodes. And I mean, now it's over, so like, don't really have to go through that anymore. But yeah, they did pretty well. Like this show came out like on a weekly basis, and yeah, a few episodes looked pretty bad, really bad, but they stuck with it. 131 episodes in, what was it, like 2 maybe 3 years or so. It really doesn't feel that long in my opinion. Like, but for the most part, they pretty much turned out these episodes each and every week, and I have to commend them on that. They did a pretty good job with that. Trying to give a round of applause here, but yeah, they did a really good job. I did enjoy the series. It was pretty cool. Can't wait to see what happens next, especially with that new movie coming out with the different animation style and art style to be more specific. But yeah, it's definitely gonna be a lot more animation friendly with the simplistic designs and stuff like that. I can't wait to see how that moves on screen. But I don't think it's gonna talk about any of the stuff in Super. Like it's mostly just gonna be focusing on the Saiyans, probably just the Universe 7 Saiyans. No Universe 6 or anything like that. You know, um, but it's cool. It's whatever. Maybe we might get another series down the line, possibly exploring all this stuff, or just something later on. Because when shows usually end, at least on the western side of the world, with us, like shows will end, and then later on they'll either get like a comic book, like with Gravity Falls, that show ended, but now it's getting its own little comic book, so they're gonna be exploring more things later down the line, as well as regular show. I think that's gonna get a comic book series too, and stuff like that. And even some older shows, like shows that were canceled like way back when. Hey Arnold got that TV movie, Rocko's Modern Life's coming back, Invader Zim is coming back. Can't wait for those to drop. But yeah, there's definitely a possibility for Dragon Ball to come back. It's a really big franchise. It'd be dumb not to bring it back. But until they do bring back like a series in like a serial kind of format or whatever, hopefully if they do bring it back in that kind of format, they get their scheduling together, or just do something to where they can turn out these episodes with quality. I mean, I'm not saying these episodes didn't have quality in them. I'm just saying like some episodes could have been better, and I feel like it was mostly due to that scheduling. Like I said, this series was coming out on basically like a weekly basis and stuff like that. So like episodes would vary in terms of quality, in terms of the animation and art and stuff like that. So I feel like, I mean, they don't. I don't know how to explain it, but like we don't need an episode every week. Like just take the time. I could wait like a whole month for a new episode to come out. With Gravity Falls, we had to wait like a whole year for the season 2 to come out, and even when that came out, it had a pretty good start at the beginning, but later on it started like getting slower and slower with each new episode coming out. But I wouldn't mind that. Like take their time and just develop these episodes and stuff like that. And just find a good schedule that works for them, that works for everybody, to make that new series or new whatever the best it could be. But as far as it goes here, I thought it was pretty good. I'm gonna stop rambling because I'm pretty sure you guys probably kind of sick of it. You just want to hear the review. I thought this episode was good. Series as a whole was pretty good. Did enjoy the new stuff they brought with it, with all the universes and stuff like that, all the new characters that they brought in, all the new transformations and stuff like that. Most of them. I feel like Vegeta's form could have gotten a bit more explanation and stuff like that because it was kind of there, and they didn't really explore too much into it because Goku's Ultra Instinct form was pretty much taking up a majority of the space there. Hopefully they get to develop a few of these characters later down the line. You know, maybe some of the Universe 6 Saiyans, seeing what they can do, seeing, you know, them going on an adventure or something like that. Maybe Goku and Vegeta going to planet Sadala like they said and stuff like that. Or at least Vegeta give Jiren some more character because he desperately needs it. And yeah, same for the other unit. Well, to be honest, I mean, the other universes, I mean, I really don't feel like most people really care about them. You know, they're kind of just like a lackluster, you know. I mean, aside from Universe 11, but the only, wait, was it? Yeah, Universe 11, Universe 6. I mean, the only thing worthwhile, I forgot which universe it was, but the universe with Gowasu and Zamasu and stuff like that, they pretty much have like nobody there. Like, the only interesting person there was obviously Zamasu in the last arc and stuff like that, but now that he's gone, you know, there's not really much of a reason to go back there, but who knows? Who knows? That's up to the creators and, you know, creative people behind Dragon Ball. But yeah, I'm excited for this new film coming out later. Is it this year? I think it might be this year. Don't quote me on that, but I think it might be coming out pretty soon. Can't wait to see that. Definitely gonna review it. And yeah, it's pretty much it for this review, guys. So until the next one, guys, Silver Sun and Dragon Ball Super is out. Tell me what you guys thought down below. Did you guys like the series? Did you guys hate this series? Before I forget, you know, just tell me your guys' thoughts on the series as a whole. You know, what did you guys think of it? Just comment down below. Definitely let me know. And until the next one, like I said, I'm out.